The Steducentre Grade 4 2013 A&A Exam Review, Maths. What is the value of the underlined digit in 3,870 with 8 being underlined? Is it A, 80, B, 8,000, C, 800 or D, 8? Numbers have place values and each place represents something. Look at 59,846. The position of the numbers tells you that for the 6, there are 6 ones. For the 4, there are 4 tens. For the 8, there are 8 hundreds. For the 9, there are 9 thousands. For the 5, there are 5 10,000s. If you add all these together, you get back to the total. In the question, the underlined value is 800 or 8H. So your answer is C for 3,870. The number 6,555 rounded off to the nearest 100 is A, 6,550, B, 6,650, C, 6,500, D, 6,600. If you are rounding off to the nearest 10, if the one's number is 5 or greater, round up to the nearest 10. If the one number is 4 or less, round down to the nearest 10. If you are rounding off to 100, if the tens number is 5 or greater, round up to the nearest 100. If the tens number is 4 or less, round down to the nearest 100. So 6,555 is rounded up to the nearest 100, which is 6,600. So your answer is D. The ratio of the number of cows to the number of rabbits is, there are 6 cows and there are 8 rabbits. So there are A, 6 is to 2, B, 6 is to 8, C, 8 is to 6, or D, 2 is to 6. The correct answer is B, 6 is to 8. For every 6 cows, there are 8 bunnies. If you look at the diagram and you are looking at the ratio, the number of red is to green is 3 is to 1. And the number of red to green is 15 is to 5. Both provide equivalent fractions of the same ratio. Which number is a multiple of 6? A, 3, B, 2, C, 36 or D, 1? A multiple is a number that may be divided by another a certain number of times without a remainder. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30 and 36. The number which is a multiple of 6 is 36C. Complete the following number pattern. 3,275, 3,225, 3,175. Is it A, 3,150, B, 3,225, C, 3,125, or D, 3,325? Number patterns have a relationship with each other, something in common that works for the whole pattern. In this case, the pattern is reducing by 50. So 3,175 minus 50 is equal to 3,125. So your correct answer is C. You need to always check that the pattern works. Which number is a factor of 12? Is it A, 24, B, 4, C, 8, or D, 10? A factor is a number or quantity that when multiplied with another produces a given number or expression. For example, x times x is equal to 12. So a factor times a factor is equal to a product. Therefore, the correct answer is B, because 3 times 4 is equal to 12, making 4 a factor. Complete brackets 2 times 3 close brackets plus brackets 2 times 4 close brackets is equal to 2 times open brackets x plus 4. It's always important to remember the rules of BODMAS. Brackets first, then orders, then division or multiplication, and then addition or subtraction. So in question 2, the missing number was 3. The requirement was not to solve the equation, but rather to add the missing number. Complete each of the following patterns: 4,900, 4,925, 4,950, space, 5,000, space, and 3.2, a box with an arrow going straight forward, a box with an arrow going down, and a box with an arrow going straight forward. Number patterns have a relationship with each other, something in common that works for the whole pattern. In this case, the pattern is increasing by 25, so the missing numbers are 4,975 and 5,025. A pattern is a regular and intelligible form or sequence discernible in the way in which something happens or is done. Our next shape is a box facing down. Complete each of the following number patterns. 2 over 5, 3 over 5, 4 over 5. What's next? 4.2, 2, 4, 8, 16. What's next? In 4.1, 5 over 5, we are adding 1/5 each time. And in 4.2, the numbers are doubling from the previous number. So 2 doubled becomes 4, 4 doubled becomes 8, 8 doubled becomes 16, and 16 doubled becomes 32. Mrs. Mazibi buys an apple for R1.20 and sells it for R1.95. How much money does Mrs. Mazibi make by selling one apple, and how much money does she make if she buys and sells 10 apples? If you buy an apple for R1.20 and you sell it for R1.95, you will make 75 cents per apple. If you sell 10 apples, you will make 75 cents times 10, which is R7.50. So 5.1 is 75 cents. You need to remember that you have to calculate the profit that you will make. So you do not make R1.95. You need to sit and account for the R1.20 that you spent to buy the apple. And 5.2, the answer is R7.50. 6.1. 3,456 plus 2,909 is equal to 6 plus 9 is equal to 15. Write down the 5, carry the 1. 5 plus 0 plus the 1 that you carried is equal to 6. Write down your 6. 4 plus 9 is equal to 13. Write down the 3, carry the 1. 3 plus 2 plus the 1 you carried is equal to 6. So the answer is 6,365. 5,433 minus 2,104. You will say 3 minus 4. You can't do it, so you borrow 1, so it becomes 13 minus 4, which is equal to 9. You write down the 9. Then you'll say 3 minus 0 minus the 1 that was borrowed, which is equal to 2. Then you'll go 4 minus 1 is 3, and 5 minus 2 is 3. So the correct answer is 3,329. 78 times 42. 78 times 42. We'll start off with the 2. 2 times 8 is equal to 16. Write down 6, carry 1. 2 times 7 is equal to 14, plus the 1 you carried is equal to 15. Write down 15. For the second line, we need to remember that we're working with the tens place. So it's not 4 times 78, but rather 40 times 78. So you add the 0 to account for the place value of tens. Then you go 4 times 8 is equal to 32. Write down the 2, carry the 3. 4 times 7 is equal to 28, plus the 3 that was carried is equal to 31. You then add the two numbers. 6 plus 0 is equal to 6. 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. And 0 plus 3 is equal to 3. So the correct answer is 3,276. 654 divided by 6. It is important that you know your 6 times table. So 6 goes into 6 once. 6 cannot go into 5, but 6 can go into 54 9 times. So the correct answer is 109. Write a number sentence for the sentence below. The difference between 1,613 and 859 is 754. A number sentence is typically an equation or inequality expressed using numbers and common symbols. The difference between 1,613 and 895 is 754. So we use the symbols 1613 minus 859 is equal to 754. Draw the hands on the given clock face to show that the time is 8:15. An analog clock has a shorthand and a longhand, a shorthand for the hour and a longhand for the minute. There are 60 minutes in an hour and 24 hours in a day. For 8:15, the long minute hand must be at 15 and the short hour hand must be after 8. Look at the departures board at the airport and answer the questions that follow. Your destination, Mossel Bay. Time, 7:45. Flight number, SAA 769. Neisner. Time, 10:20. Your flight number is BA 172. Your destination is Johannesburg. Departure time 2000 hours. Your flight number is SAA 372. Write down the flight number which will depart for its destinations before midday, and write down the flight number of a flight which will depart for its destination after midday. So when is midday? Midday is at 12 o'clock during the day. The flights that will depart for its destination before midday are SAA 769 and BA 172. That is the Mossel Bay flight as well as the Knysna flight. The flight that will depart after midday is SAA 372. That is to Johannesburg. Look at the grid below and write down the position of the picture. It is the picture of the tree. The position of the picture tree is what? When determining the position on a grid, you look at the letters and the numbers. You see where the item is, and then you work out in which line both the number and the letter is. So in this case, we've got B2 or 2B for the position of the tree. Thank you for watching the Steducentre, turning ordinary learners into extraordinary leaders.